Welcome back. You're watching RT International. Now, Russian investigators say former police officer Ruslan Mahudinov is suspected of organizing the murder of Russian opposition politician Boris Nemtsov. He was shot dead at a bridge outside the Kremlin in February this year. Back in the 90s, Nemtsov was a rising star of Russian politics, transitioning from a regional governor to deputy prime minister under Boris Yeltsin. In 2001, he became the leader of the Union of Right Forces, but failed to win in parliamentary elections. He was known for being an outspoken critic of Vladimir Putin and often took part in anti-government rallies. Earlier, I was joined in the studio by William Whiteman for the latest on the case.
The man who reportedly ordered the hit has been officially named. It's a former police officer who served in the Russian Southern Republic of Chechnya. He's now an international fugitive. Supposedly, he's hiding out in the United Arab Emirates. Meanwhile, investigators in Moscow have announced final charges against 5 men accused of carrying out and organizing the hit. The main defendant is another former police officer who served in Chechnya. He's reportedly the one who pulled the trigger during the shooting. And the alleged getaway driver, too, has also been charged. And as well as this, 3 other men, all of whom are from the North Caucasus, have been charged as well. One of them is the brother of the getaway driver, and 2 others were supposedly involved in tracking Nemtsov's movements up prior to the shooting and then providing a hideout subsequently for the assailants as they fled from the scene. In the immediate aftermath of the murder of Nemtsov, the investigators cited several things which they suspected could have been the motives for the killing, one of which was Islamic extremism. This was owing to Nemtsov's expressed solidarity with the victims of the Charlie Hebdo shooting. Officials have also said that he could have been targeted for assassination in order, as a provocation, in order to sow unrest in Russia. Links to the conflict in Ukraine have also been cited, as well as Nemtsov's various business and personal dealings. And just last week, investigators, it should be noted that investigators did actually rule out political motives as being behind the killing.
Well, there are more stories on our website, including how one broken leg caused 9 emergency landings in Zurich airport because it was the leg of a former Qatari emir. The accident led to 8 more Qatari royal aircraft landing at the airport despite a night flight ban in Zurich. Read the story on RT.com. Also, Motorhead frontman Lemmy dies of cancer 5 days after turning 70. Stars and fans are offering their condolences. Find some of their tweets at RT.com. Several U.S. athletes have filed lawsuits against the American branch of Qatar's Al Jazeera TV channel after it released a documentary accusing high-profile sportsmen of doping. The investigation allegedly exposes the role of U.S. pharmacists and doctors in prescribing performance-enhancing drugs. Suspicion centers on American football and baseball stars who reportedly worked with the medical professionals all stand accused.
Over 8 months, our hidden cameras capture what athletes call the dark side.
Do you want growth hormones? You want to get bigger, faster, stronger, smarter? You want all of it?
The man who is portrayed as the whistleblower in the documentary has since denied any involvement. Charlie Sly, a former student pharmacy intern at the institute that allegedly supplied drugs to the famous athletes, released a statement online.
Any recordings of me were made without my knowledge or consent. The statements on any recordings or communications that Al Jazeera plans to air are absolutely false and incorrect. I am recanting any such statements.
Now, the accused sportsmen were also quick to react to the doping claims.
It's completely fabricated. It's complete trash, garbage. It makes me sick. It stings me that this guy insinuates that I cut corners. I broke NFL rules in order to get healthy. It's a joke.
It's 100% falsified, fabricated information. I don't know who this guy is. I couldn't tell you what he looks like. I've never spoken to him.
Now, despite the denials, the Al Jazeera reporter stands by the claims made in the documentary. We asked Chris Eaton from the Center for Sport Security about how widespread doping has become in modern sports.
Are we about keeping sport essentially completely clean and natural or not? But the fact is, that this report has shown, and the IAAF scandal, it's not just Russia, not just Kenya, there's more nations to come here, of course, and state actors involved. The reality is we need to ground these things in investigation Doping testing on its own no longer exposes the level of malfeasance in doping. The credibility of sport will be sinking even lower. It is so business-driven today, they've lost the real purpose of sport.